Alright, so in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys the top 5 tips that will actually help you improve instantly. Now, there's been a ton of tip videos throughout all the years of Siege, but on console, I feel like these are the best tips that will actually help you. So be sure to stick around to the end, because the last tip is also really important, and I think you should definitely see it. But that being said, be sure to leave a like in this video. If we can get this video to 500 likes, I'll make more tip videos. I haven't done them in a while, but people have been asking me for them a lot recently. So get this video to 500 likes, and I got you. Also, be sure to subscribe as well, because we're on the grind to 40K, so be sure to hit that sub button. And also use code Penguin on your G Fuel and save 30% off until the 28th. But enjoy the video. Alright, so now by the end of this video, I want you guys to be able to actually take gunfights, but doing that, I need to give you guys the best tips to originally warm up. So before you go and take gunfights, before you do anything, these are the best tips that you need to actually warm up and win gunfights and actually have confidence in this game. So recently with the new update where they added in TDM, this has made warming up, especially for console, a million times easier. Now, one thing that I would recommend you do is whatever sensitivity you're on, just go into a T-hunt, right? Do one T-hunt. Get the little movement going down, get it down, right? Then you go on to TDM, okay? Now, before you go into rank, before you do anything, think of operators that you're going to play the most, right? So let's say, for example, I want to play Ashe and I want to play Jaeger. This is what you're going to do. Now, this is all up to you depending on how much time you want to warm up, but if you just want to take 15 minutes, which I would recommend at least before you go play ranked, this is what I do. So what I do is I go in my first TDM, 5 minutes per TDM. I play as the attacker I'm going to play most likely. Now, obviously, I do play flex operators, so I'll play anyone, but I'm thinking the operator that I'm most likely going to play, right? So let's say that was Ashe, for example. I'm going to go do one TDM on Ashe, okay? I finish that, then I go do another TDM on Jaeger. Okay, I finished that one. Then I'm like, okay, what do I feel the most uncomfortable with? I would say probably Ashe RFC. It definitely requires a lot more, recoil control and to be warmed up with. I'm going to play my last TDM with Ashe. Now, that's a 15-minute warm-up, 5 minutes per one. Quickly do that before you go play, and that will help you improve way more than just doing a bunch of T-hunts. T-hunts has always been good, but it's kind of been the only option that we even had, so there was never anything better. But when I tell you that TDM is so much better, I'm not kidding. Because you're actually getting into gunfights, very aggressive gunfights rather, to whereas when you are actually playing ranked, you won't be taking, that many aggressive gunfights. So your aim will already be better than it was before. Because now you're taking normal gunfights, you're not running at people like you do in TDM. But overall, this will help you improve your aim as well as trying out new sensitivities, which I'll get to later on in this video. But this is very, very good for warming up. Like, without a doubt, the best method, and I would definitely recommend doing this. At least 3 of them before you go do ranked of any kind. Alright, now let's say you are all warmed up and you're ready to go, but now you don't know when to get aggressive and when to get passive, and this is something that I think a lot of plats and below struggle with the most. Now, when it comes to getting aggressive and when to be passive, this generally comes with time and playing. The more you play, you'll eventually learn, but here I have a clip of a 2v5. I'm going to show you and break it down why I got aggressive, right? It's a 2v5. This means I have to get aggressive before they take the bomb site. So you're going to see me literally swing this main breach, and I'm like a psychopath. But I have to do that, because if I do not, then I allow them to take control while they already have 5 people versus 2. So we have to get aggressive. We can't hide. There's a minute left. I have to swing this Ashe. I have to swing everyone. Getting aggressive and knowing when to be passive will all depend based off of how many people are alive and where they are. See over here, I got too aggressive. I got killed because of it. Now, the reason I rotated here was because he was coming up red, but he wanted to faking me out, and I kind of got way too aggressive. But I did get the right aggressiveness was when it was a 5v2, and I just swung main breach like a maniac because it was a desperate play. You have to make desperate plays when you're in a 5v2, when you're in a whatever it may be. When you're, at a disadvantage, that's when you need to get aggressive. You need to get kills. You need to do things that will catch people off guard and to try and take a one-on-one gunfight to then dwindle down that, gunfight. As you hear, this was when my teammate was passive enough. This is what you have to do. He was very passive. He did not have to get aggressive because it was a 1v1 now, and now the attacker had to plant the bomb. So now all he had to do was sit there and just wait for the attacker to come in and plant. Alright, so this is another clip, except I'm not in a clutch situation. So, why do I get aggressive here? I give a call out to my teammate. This is one way. Give calls to your teammates. I ask where they are. He says he's on the bomb. I get aggressive and swing, because I know that there's no one on the window, and there's only one on the bomb. So, getting aggressive is going to all come down to communicating with your team and letting people know where you are and ask where other people are who are going to join in for you. Now, if you're solo queuing, this is going to all be off of watching your teammates kill and base it off of that. If you see a teammate kill someone, let's say on this window where I just was, now I'm like, okay, there can't be anyone there, so therefore I have to get aggressive before someone else comes and takes his position. It's going to be all based off of people you kill and then getting aggressive. Or it's going to be all based off of communicating with your team, which is the best way. I would recommend playing in a 5-stack. It will help you a lot. I promise you, you will improve. But if you are solo queue, because I know not everyone has a stack, it's going to come down to just looking at what your teammates are doing and basing it off of that. So let's say, for example, like I said, someone trades with someone on this window right here. I know, okay, there's no one there, let me get aggressive. Or if I'm like, right now there's time, 2 seconds left, I have to get aggressive, and I get the kill. Somehow, I got it with 0 seconds, I have no idea. But it all comes based down to a couple factors, whether it's communication or how much time you have left. Alright, so you may be saying to yourself, okay, well, I don't have that good of aim, or I'm not that good, or no. This is the next tip that I want to give you, and it's called confidence. Confidence is the most underrated tip that you can have playing Siege. It is actually quite insane how much confidence really helps you. For example, if I'm using a 1.5 times scope, I am confident that I will clutch up anything. But if you give me some gross scope, or a gun that I'm not used to, I won't be able to take a gunfight even though I'm actually capable of doing it. And this is something that I'm working on myself, but it's something that you'll see a lot of people talk about. Confidence will help you win clutches and help you win any gunfight in general. Let me break it down for you. In this clip, I'm in a 1v5. Now, if I am scared, I'm going to literally lose this gunfight instantly. But you see how aggressive I'm getting? This is what I taught you guys earlier, when to get aggressive, because it's a 1v5 and they have to plant the bomb, so I have to do something. But this is why I'm taking gunfights. I'm getting aggressive. I am confident. If I am scared and I'm like just sitting in a corner, not being, not swinging anyone, I'm going to lose this so fast. But if I actually get aggressive and actually take a gunfight, it's crazy how I actually win. And the way that I actually get this confidence up is I actually do the things that I told you guys about earlier. Okay, so I go into T-hunts, and I go into TDM, and I warm up. I show myself, my psychological stuff. Hey, look how good my aim is. Hey, I'm warmed up. I'm chilling. I'm ready to take a gunfight. I tell myself this in my head. So no matter what it is, I think to myself, okay, when should I get aggressive? Alright, let me try and take a 1v1 with this one guy. Even though it's a 1v5, let me try and take a 1-on-1 with this guy. How can I do this? And I think inside my head. And I have this confidence because I'm warmed up. I have this confidence because I just tell myself I'm the best player in the world. Even though I am not. But I tell myself this, and that's why I swing this. I'm like, alright, I'm going to swing this, I'm going to get this kill. It's so stupid, and it's so little, but it's something that will actually help you, like, boost your confidence. Is just make sure you're warming up, and show yourself that you're actually good at this game. And even if you think, oh, well, I'm only gold, it's like, okay, well, you're also, versing golds, so you could be better than these people. You got this. You just gotta play with confidence. Overall, with confidence, Siege is just such a mental game. It is all in your own head. If you tell yourself you're gonna do bad, you will probably do bad. And it's something that I'm working on myself. But one way that I notice a lot of people do bad is they're like, oh, I'm versing M&K players, I can't win this. Like, no. I literally hit Diamond on PC with a controller, versing M&K players every single game I'm in. And it was rough. But if I said that to myself 24/7, and I said, the reason I'm in gold is because I'm versing M&Ks, or the reason I lost that gunfight was because I was versing M&Ks, then I would not improve. I had to tell myself, okay, I'm stuck versing M&K players, how can I improve? Let me have better positioning. Okay, how did I die? Not because he's M&K, I died because my positioning was bad, I missed my shots. You have to just tell yourself this, and actually improve based off of that. Another thing that is actually so insane, that I want you guys to try, I promise you, like, this will actually help your confidence. Try out different scopes. Okay, if you use the same exact sights all the time, you will just, and you're like struggling, you'll be bad. But if you try out different scopes, especially with these new one-time scopes, like there's certain scopes you'll find that you'll be like, wow, I actually like this, and you'll feel like your confidence is way better. And I noticed this when I use a 1.5 times scope. Like if I use a 1.5 times scope, I'm ready to swing anyone. I don't care. And if I use the Russian reflex that just came out, like on anyone, I don't care. I'm going to swing that person and I'm going to win that gunfight. Like, I am so much better on these scopes, but in reality, I'm not actually better. I just, like, my mind, like, feels like I'm better. So I'm much more confident taking gunfights with these different scopes on. So I want you guys to just try out different scopes. Some I'd recommend is try out the 1.5 times on any gun that you can. If you don't like that, try out the, the Russian Reflex B. That scope. Really good. Just try out different scopes, and I promise you, like, you'll be like, oh, I like this scope, and it'll actually boost your confidence and help you win gunfights. Alright, so the next thing I want to talk about, I know this is on PC, but I'm already on PC, and I have like switching HDMI ports, but I'm still on controller, so this will work on console. I want to show you something that I call perspective and taking gunfights. And let's say you do all these things, and you're wondering to yourself, okay, well, just taking general gunfights I have a struggle with, and there's just sometimes I just die for no reason, and I don't know why. This is something that I want to make sure everyone's doing. I talked about it a couple times in tip videos, but it is super important. Okay, right? So, let's say I want to peek this door. Okay, I'm gonna shoot open this door. I'm probably gonna kill someone in here. Hold on. Alright, there's no one in there. Okay, right? So let's say I'm gonna peek this door. I think someone's in here. I'm gonna swing him like this. I'm close to the door. I'm gonna swing him this close. I can only see up here. This is all I can see. Now, if I back up in the same spot, see how much more I can see? This is an issue that I notice a lot of people do, is when they come, when they take a gunfight, they come around a corner, they come so close and they come slow. If you come slow around a corner, the person on the other side can see you when you can't see them. But if I simply back up, look how much more revealing I can see just from backing up. I'm not even moving. Like, this is where I was. And watch, if I go close, same spot, I lose so much coverage, but at the same time, they can all see me. And in this game, that is called perspective, and that works on console and on PC. So, even if you play PC, this is the same thing's gonna happen. Alright, so this next tip is gonna be a combination of 3 quick little tips that are general gameplay tips for when you're playing. Just 3 little quick ones that I won't go into insane detail with, but they definitely help. Alright, Brett, see a stairs right here? Stair I can only see is like back. If I just simply back up, but I'm in the same spot, but I'm backed up, look how much more revealing he is, versus if I come close to him, close to the doorway, I could barely see as much, and that is just from perspective. So, just in general, whenever you're taking gunfights, make sure you are always wide swinging gunfights. Do not swing like this. Just come wide. And another thing that I want to talk about is general gunfights, which is just what I'm going to give this tip is general gunfights. Is going to be a small tip, but something you should do, that is pre-firing. I don't have anything special for this, but I just want to let you guys know, if you want to improve in anything and taking gunfights, please pre-fire. I pre-fire literally anything. So, right, let's say, for example, there's an actual person on the stairs. I come in this corner. If I think he's going to be there, a common spot, I'm going to pre-fire this. Pre-firing is super, super important for winning gunfights. Literally pre-fire anything that you think that people are going to be on. Common spots or something you want to pre-fire. Right? Let's say, for example, like, I'm going to swing this. There's probably someone has head glitch. I pre-fire the head glitch. This works with any head glitches at all. Pre-firing not only allows you to get kills, but it also allows you to take control of a site or a map. It allows you to suppress someone from swinging you because you're shooting at them. It allows you to actually get kills as well off people off tight angles. To whereas if I swing this, or if I swing slowly, like, they can react before I can push down my RT. If I swing this and I pre-fire, I'm either going to suppress them, they're going to back off, or I'm going to kill them. Alright, so now this next tip for this is going to be clearing rooms, okay? Now, you may think, okay, well, this is stupid, I could just drone it out, right? Let's say you don't have a drone, let's say someone to show your drone, right? Let's say you want to take, you know, a site. You drone out a site, and now it's time to take it. If you don't know where everyone is, you need to actually clear a room based off of your surroundings, okay? So, right, like, wide swing this, okay, he's not there, wide swing this, he's not there, wide swing this, he's not there, check the corner, okay? Wide swing this, he's not there, wide swing this, he's not on that head glitch, check this, he's not on this head glitch, and just generally, instead of just, like, rushing in from, like, this thing is called pieing a room, or pieing a doorway. For example, okay, he's not right here, okay, he's not right here, okay, he's not right here. Take a big circle that you just generally pie, you check the area. Okay, he's not, there's one. Let's check this head glitch, he's not in this door. Check over here, he's not over here. Check in this corner, he's not there. Is he in this corner? That is just something very simple. Something that a lot of people don't do, is if you don't have a drone, or you do drone out, you need to just generally check each area, instead of just rushing in, and just focusing on certain spots. Alright, so the next tip I want to talk to you guys about is going to be sensitivity. Now, this is on PC, so once again, my sensitivity is much different on console because FOV and everything is much different. So sensitivity feels much slower on PC. But I want to give you guys tips for, you know, sensitivity, because I cover this a ton on my channel, and I think it's very, very important. Okay, 1, let's clear this. There's no good or bad sensitivity. Sensitivities generally will all go based off of the player. So let's say, for example, my sensitivity, I'm going to do my console sensitivity, right? So my console sensitivity is much slower than this because I am on, you know, 60 FOV. So, hold on, let's see. Alright, so this is generally my console sensitivity. Right here. Close to it. Close to it. And this is what I would recommend that you guys do, right? So, when you look at your sensitivity, if I had to give you tips about it, because it is all personal preference, what I would say that I enjoy the most, it depends if you like a lower sensitivity, a medium sensitivity, or a higher sensitivity. All you need to do is you need to find a sensitivity that you feel the most comfortable on. So, when you look at your sensitivity, and I'll show you what I mean by what I look at mine, I have 35 vertical because I don't think you need a high vertical. I think lower vertical is better, and it helps your recoil control. I like 75 horizontal because I like to be able to look around. So I enjoy being able to look around a lot faster, and I think it is much better. Like, for example, especially on, PC, but on console even, I like to be able to look around a lot faster. It just feels a lot smoother, and it is a lot nicer. And then when it comes to ADS, let's use my console sensitivity again. I enjoy being able to have a lower ADS because it helps me with consistency. You can play on a higher ADS. I used to play on 100, and I still do on PC, but it is definitely better to have a sensitivity that you feel comfortable on. So what I recommend you do is either come into a T-on like this, put on your sensitivity, right, and just warm up your recoil control. Like, clear the top floor and warm up your recoil control. If you do that, and you figure, okay, this is pretty solid, I'm gonna stick to this, okay? Or you go into a TDM, which is what I recommend you do, which helps the most. TDMs with new sensitivities will help you the most. Go do that. But the one tip I want to give you is don't change your sensitivity 24/7, okay? Look at your sensitivity you have right now. Don't go copy mine. Don't go copy someone else's right away. You could if you really just want to scrap yours, but this is what you want to do, okay? You want to look at your sensitivity, right? Let's say I'm like, my horizontal is a little too fast. Like, I feel like my aim's all over the place. Lower by 5. Okay, I'm looking up and down a little too fast. Alright. Lower this by 5. Can you go down by 5? Thank you. And then you look at controller ADS. Okay, right? Let's say you're like, alright, I'm potatoing way too much. You can do one of two things. Change it. Or what I recommend you do is change it once or twice at most. When I say change it, I don't mean by a lot. Something I notice a lot is people generally change sensitivity so much that's the reason why they're not getting consistent with it. If you change your sensitivity 24/7, you will not be consistent enough to actually be good and learn it. So if anything, lower it by like 2. Okay, lower by 2, like this. Go like this. Go like this. Don't change it a lot. Don't jump around. Lowering it by 10, lowering it by 15. Lower it by 2 to 3, and then do that about twice. Be like, okay, this is solid. And just warm up on sensitivity. Keep practicing on it. The biggest issue is I see a lot of people switch sensitivity all the time, and that is why they're not learning it. They're not gaining the muscle memory that it takes to actually be good on a sensitivity. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. I will see y'all. Be sure to leave a like if you did enjoy. Be sure to sub if you did enjoy. And be sure to use code Penguin on your G Fuel. Save 30% off until the 28th. But I will see y'all. Have a great day. Much love. Peace.